Hi, I am Vanessa, and I've been a landlord for over a decade in Portland, Oregon, and in all that time, I've seen the full range of tenant behavior. Angels who pay early, respectful families who treat the property like their own, and then, there was Amanda. Amanda moved into my one-bedroom unit in early spring. At first glance, she was polite, mid-30 seconds, with a confident smile and a very detailed list of what she expected as a tenant. I remember thinking, at least she's organized. But I was wrong. Amanda wasn't organized, she was calculating. 3 weeks after moving in, she began her routine. First came the messages. Hey, the kitchen sink is leaking again. Just reminding you that the ceiling fan still doesn't work. The bathroom light flickers, I can't live like this. I hired a handyman to check everything. He sent back photos. Everything was fine. No leak, no flicker, no issue. Yet, the next day, another complaint appeared. By the second month, Amanda began asking for partial rent refunds, small amounts at first. Since the faucet issue isn't fixed, I think $50 off this month is fair. Then $100, then $200. When I politely declined, she threatened to report me to the local housing authority for neglect. I checked the unit myself one day, everything was perfect. She stood there, hands on hips, pretending to point out problems. Can't you hear that buzzing sound? She said. Amanda, I replied calmly. I think that's your refrigerator running. She glared at me as if I'd just called her bluff, which, to be fair, I had. It was clear. She had found her game. Create fake problems, demand rent reductions, live cheaper. But she underestimated me. By month 4, I'd had enough. Every week it was something new, the broken AC, unusable shower, haunted wiring. Yes, she said that. I decided if she believed in problems that didn't exist, I'd give her one that didn't exist, but felt very real. I called my friend Rick, a sound engineer who worked on indie horror films. Together, we created the Phantom Repair. We installed a small Bluetooth speaker behind the kitchen wall access panel connected to my phone. Rick recorded some eerie audio, clanging pipes, whispering voices, dripping water, subtle but chilling. We timed it to play late at night just as she loved to complain the most. It was a Wednesday when the haunting began. At 11:32 p.m., the speaker crackled to life. A faint metallic clang echoed through the kitchen pipes, followed by a slow dripping sound and then, faintly, a man's whisper. It's fixed now, Amanda. I watched from the building's exterior security camera as Amanda froze mid-step, her phone flashlight trembling. She ran out of the kitchen, tripped over her cat, and locked herself in the bedroom. The next morning, I got the message I was waiting for. Something's wrong with the plumbing. I heard someone talking in the pipes. I can't stay here unless this is fixed. I replied professionally. I'll send the plumber right away. But please note, all repairs have already been completed. Maybe it's just the sound of air in the pipes. That night, I played another recording, this time louder. Metallic banging, a distant hammer. Then, don't worry, Amanda. We're always here. 2 days later, I staged the next act. I called Rick and another friend, Joey, both wearing old work overalls, and had them show up at the door as plumbers. They brought empty toolboxes and spoke cryptically. Ma'am, we're here to finish the job from below the foundation. Amanda, below the what? Joey, just routine, maintenance. You might hear some noises tonight. Don't worry if something knocks. That night, I played a sound of drilling beneath the floor, followed by more whispers. She didn't sleep. By morning, I got a message. I'm sorry, but I can't live here anymore. Please terminate my lease immediately. She moved out within 48 hours, leaving behind a note taped to the door. Your property is haunted. I'm not paying for the last month. Consider it even. Even? I checked her balance. She owed 2 months' rent, plus late fees. But instead of chasing her, I posted a short clip from the security camera, faces blurred, of her panicking at the sound. The caption? When you claim fake repairs, and the repairs claim you back. It went viral on a local Portland forum. 3 months later, I got a letter from the housing board. Amanda had tried to file a complaint for psychological distress caused by faulty maintenance. I replied with all repair records, signed contractor reports, and footage showing that every complaint had been fake. The case was dismissed. Rick and I laughed for weeks. So, he joked, When's the sequel? Only if another tenant starts hearing ghosts, I said. That was the day I learned something valuable sometimes. The best revenge isn't loud or cruel. It's creative, clever, and perfectly poetic. Amanda didn't just move out, she never scammed another landlord in town again. Word travels fast, especially when it's whispered through the pipes. She tried to haunt my peace for months, but in the end, I became the ghost she couldn't handle.
Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this, go watch the one on the left and don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel for more tales of triumph over injustice and a saga of ultimate revenge.